My racist mother-in-law threw a temper tantrum because I refused to name my child after her. The day after the party, my older son went to my sister's house to hang out with his cousins. He told them what happened and they got all riled up. Meanwhile, Magda had been text-bombing my oldest son, pleading with him not to be upset. Magda can't help herself in talking crap about me, enraging my oldest further. She offered to give him my father-in-law's old Lexus that he didn't sell when he bought his new car. He told her to go F herself. The next day, Magda called my husband at work and cried about my oldest son telling her to F herself. My husband let Magda cry on the phone for 30 minutes, upset at the way we let the children disrespect their elders. None of this would have happened if I just followed the family tradition of Magda being the third spouse in her children's marriages. My oldest son, already riled up from his cousins, overheard that argument on Tuesday, and exploded the next night, Wednesday. Magda will not stop text-bombing all the kids. My oldest son and husband started arguing in the backyard. Oldest tells husband he is a failure as a man, a father, and a husband for allowing Magda to act like this. I stayed out of it because I found myself agreeing with oldest son way too much. He loves my parents more because they love him as a person. Magda just treats him as a lifestyle accessory. As soon as he's 18, he will never speak to her again because she is just blood-related. My side loves him like a family should love someone. He also said that if husband and I got divorced, him and his siblings would want to live with me because he'll just crawl up Magda's butt, begging her to love him. He said that he wishes we never moved back to Southern California. He liked it better when Magda only visited once a year and stayed in a hotel. Husband ended the argument by telling the oldest son to go to his room. When I heard my son's bedroom door slam, and husband stomping into the back room to watch TV, I took my other kids to get burgers. At an In-N-Out, they filled me in on Magda's constant texting. They haven't responded back because they're afraid of causing more fights. My heart is breaking. I felt guilty for standing my ground because it's hurting the kids with attention. Then they start talking about all the times Magda has been mean to me and I was nice back. I had to reassure them that husband and I aren't talking about divorce because Magda told them husband and I are going to break up and my family will abandon them like my husband's first wife family did. She wants to reconcile because soon, she'll be the only grandmother they have. She has a forgiving heart, she still loves them. I try to play it cool even though I'm seeing red. I'm an adult with kids, a successful corporate career, and a late model minivan, but I'm still from the barrio. The East LA cola in me wants to fill a sock full of pennies and use it to beat her surgically enhanced face in. I purposefully keep the conversation in English at an In-N-Out so I can make sure I choose my words more carefully. It's getting late, we go home, the kids go into their bedrooms. Husband tries to get me to sympathize with him over this argument him and oldest son had. I'm most definitely not sympathetic and I tell him what the younger kids told me. My son most definitely did not mention that part to my husband, and my husband got angry again. I told him I'm not interested in anything he has to say because he hasn't handled his mother. I told him he needs to sleep in the TV room. I would go but being pregnant with his son requires me to have a bed with better lumbar support. Husband stomps out of the room and slams the door. Oldest son texts me to tell me he's sorry for causing the fight between me and husband. My husband and I didn't spoken since Thursday yesterday morning. Even though he's angry with his mom, he's also mad at me for not backing him up. During the fight with oldest son, my middle daughter went through her clothes and gave everything that Magda gave her to the Goodwill. Youngest son is spending extra time practicing the piano. I know he's upset because he is only playing songs in minor key. Last week, we go to Sunday Mass and Magda isn't there. I don't take my cell phone and I don't allow the kids to take their phones to church after I caught middle daughter scrolling through Instagram during Mass a few months ago. When I get home, I have a voice note from father-in-law. I listened to it and father-in-law went on for 3 minutes about how I need to resolve this conflict with Magda because it's my fault and Magda feels uncomfortable at church because I made her out to be a monster to the other parishioners. Traditions are important in their family and I was inconsiderate for not even discussing choice of names with her. He also said that they still love me even though there are many huge cultural differences between us. Also, is the oldest son sure he doesn't want his old Lexus? I had my husband listen to the voice note. Afterwards, he apologized for me and asked to go to couples counseling. Linda told our priest about what Magda said at the Super Bowl party. Instead of cleaning the chapel after Mass, the priest and husband had a long talk. My oldest has disowned Magda and father-in-law. He wrote them a no-contact letter and blocked their numbers from his phone, blocked them on Facebook, and set his email to automatically delete emails from them. I'm sad it had to come to this, but impressed that my oldest has the fortitude at 16, to cut these types of toxic people out of his life. The kids aren't just stepchildren to me, they are my everything. I have made many personal and professional sacrifices to make sure they have the best childhood possible. I'm getting a little teary right now because I hate that Magda had spewed out so much disgusting bullcrap, trying to make them hate me. It hurts me deeply that she can't just be happy that her son married a good woman who loves his children unconditionally. There we go. I'm sure after Tori Bio is born, there will be a fresh uptick in Magda shenanigans. Husband hasn't gone no contact with her yet, so I know the fighting will continue. I'm grateful that my brother's wife is coming to stay with us for 6 weeks after the baby is born. I need someone else to be there so I don't cave to Magda in my vulnerable postpartum time.